Hi guys, so today we're going to work on truth tables, and these can be found in a sort of discrete mathematics or any kind of logic type or Boolean algebra problems. So we have our first example here. If P, then the negation of P and Q. So how we start our truth table is by drawing up our columns. So the first one that we've got is what we have for P, and we also have a Q. And then we have here a P and Q, and then we have the negation of P and Q, like this. And then we have the whole example here. Yeah, okay. So how we're going to start it off is by going into the very first column, and nice and easy, just go true, true, false, false. Then I'll head over to the next column, and I'll go true, false, true, false. Now that way we've got every sort of possible combination. So that true, 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 false, false, true, false, and then true, false, false. Whoops. Then we go into P and Q. So what we are saying here is we want true in both the P column and the Q column. So yeah, what the P column goes is the true to the Q column has got a true. Therefore, P and Q is true in the P column. Here we got a true, and then we also got a false. So you don't have to have a true in both columns, though that is a false. Next one, we've got a false and a true. You don't have true in both columns, so that is a false. You've got false and false, so you don't have a true in either columns. So again, that is a false. Now we go to the next column. Now we have not P and Q anytime you have this negation symbol. It's going to be the exact opposite of what is what in front of it basically. So we've got the P and Q column. Not P and Q is going to be the exact opposite of what is here, which is false, true, true, and true. Then we have over here to the next column. So we got if P and not P and Q. So we got two different columns here, and we've got the not P and Q column, which is this one, and then we've got the P column, which is the first one. So we have to look at now what you have to do is these two, is you have to look at what the arrow is pointing to. If that is true, then it doesn't really matter what the other side says. It's always going to be true. Yeah. So we have to take a look at, I have a true, true, and a true, so we know automatically that these three are going to be true. Now we have a look at this one. I've got a false here and a true here. So if you have a false, then a true, this column is false. If you have a false and a false, then this is going to be true. If you have a true and a true, this is going to be true. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you memorize that, then you can have no problem with it. So that is really our completed truth table just for the basics. So for this example now, we're going to head on to another example. I'll just copy it down here real quick. That example now, if we just copy it down here for P and Q and for not Q and for only R, so again we copy down our columns. And this time it's a little bit different. And then we got three different letters, P, Q, and R. So what we want is a P column, a Q column, and in our R column, we have a look at other things, what other elements we have in this equation. We got a not Q, so that's a column that we want. So we've also got a P or not Q, so that's another column. And then we've got a P or not Q, and only if R. So the entire equation looks like the following. Okay, so this time now that we've got three different letters, we want a few more trues and falses in the starting column. So we go true, 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 false, 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 and false. To make my columns a little bit bigger, here we go. Good. Okay. And now, so we got 4 and 4. Now we want into true, true, false, true, true, false, false. There we go. I think I got that right. So now let's head over to the next column, and we're going to do what we did in our 4, 4, 2, 2. So we're going to do 1 and 1 to true, false, true, false, true, false, and true, false. Okay, now head over to the next column. We've got the Q already done in the Q column, so it's not the Q column. It's going to be the exact opposite of this one. So we got false, false, true, true, false, false, true, true. There we go. Now heading over to the next column, we've got P or not Q. So if it's P or not Q, we want a true in either the P column or the not Q column. So and our P column is here and our not Q column is here. We got true, false. So at least that's one true. And we also got a true, true, false again. And so I got one true. So that's a true, true, true. And we got at least one true. So true again. The same thing, false, false. Don't have any trues. But that's a false. False, false again. So you don't have any truth. So that's a false, true, false. Have at least one truth, so that's a true, true, false again. We have at least one key, one true. Oh, sorry, that's also a true now. We go over to the last column. We've got P or not Q, and only if R. So by this, we got a P and not Q column, so we got our column here. So if and only if, what we want is if only if we just want a double true or a double false. It's anything else, then it's going to be false. So a double true, so we've got a true, true, and a false, that's a false. Double true, that's true, true, or false, 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 and true. That's also false. Double false, so we got a double, so that's true, true, and true. And we've got another double, so that's true, and then true and false, so that is also false. So that's the general gist of truth tables. I hope that it's been helpful. If it is, please let me know. I know we went over this really, really quickly, but hopefully you can pause this and kind of go over the video in a little bit more like a slow speed. But what I tried to do is I tried to distill truth tables really quickly in really just a few minutes rather than kind of drawing it out over a long period of time, because I think if I could condense it, you can look at it and look at exactly what I'm doing on my paper and make sense of it all. So thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.